Australia is a place I didn't think it was. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. And since I failed miserably at becoming a citizen of my own country,
get out, get out, get out, get out, get out,
I finally decided that I'm gonna emigrate and I'm gonna become an Australian. But in order to do that, I need to pass an Australian citizenship test. And that's what we're gonna do today, and I am gonna pass it. I hope. I don't really know a lot about Australia though. I know a lot of people who have actually emigrated to Australia and to New Zealand, but I've never been there myself, and I don't think I know a lot about their culture or about their politics or their life. So this might be just a tiny challenge, but if I pass, then Australia, look out, because I'm coming your way.
Run for your life.
Okay, so I'm on the official Australian citizenship website, and apparently I need to get a mark of at least 75% in order to pass to become an Australian. There's 20 questions, so if I can do maths, I think I need to get like 15 right. Right, question 1. What do we commemorate on Anzac Day? I don't know what Anzac Day is. I'm really sorry. A. The landing of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps at Gallipoli, Turkey during World War I. B. The arrival of the first free settlers from Great Britain. C. The landing of the first fleet at Sydney Cove. Anzac Day. I'm trying to think, what would that mean, Anzac? You know what? I'm going to take a kind of educated guess. Anzac kind of sounds like Australian and New Zealand coming together, so I'm going to say A. And also, I forgot to say, play at home, see if you can beat us at this. This is what I'm going to go for. Oh, it doesn't tell us till the end. Okay, I'm only going to find out till the end if I'm right. Right, question 2. What are the colours of the Australian Aboriginal flag? Is it A, black, red and yellow, B, green, white and black, C, blue, white and green? For some reason I feel like there's some green in it. I'm gonna have to guess, and to be fair, I think red and blue only came in, well, I don't know actually. I'm gonna go for green, white and black and hope it's right. Not that I can tell, I'm gonna have to figure out at the end how I've done, but that's what I'm gonna seal in. Question number 3. What is the Commonwealth coat of arms? A, the national anthem. B, Australia's national flower. C, the official symbol of Australia, which identifies Commonwealth property. Well, pretty obvious. I'm pretty sure it's C, isn't it? The coat of arms. It's a symbol of Australia and the Commonwealth property. Surely. So I'll go for that one. Question 4. What happened in Australia on the 1st of January 1901? A. The Australian Constitution was changed by a referendum. B. The separate colonies were united into a federation of states called the Commonwealth of Australia. C. The Australian and New Zealand Army Corps was formed. I'm not sure, but I know in Australia, all of Australia, the kind of different states in Australia, they used to be kind of separate, didn't they? I think. So like New South Wales and kind of Sydney area and stuff, they're all split up into different areas, and I have a feeling in 1901 they all came together as the Commonwealth of Australia. I think that's the most significant one on there, so I'm gonna go for that one. Question number 5. What is the capital city of Australia? And I know this one, and usually I think people get tricked and think it's either Melbourne or Sydney, and it's not. So the options are A, Brisbane, B, Canberra, or C, Perth, and it's actually Canberra. I'm not sure why. Has Canberra always been the capital of Australia? For some reason I feel like it used to be something else and then they switched it to Canberra. I don't know whether Canberra's like a new area or something. I don't know. If any Australians want to clear that up, feel free to in the comment section below, but I definitely know it's Canberra. Question 6. Which of these is an example of freedom of speech? A. People can peacefully protest against a government action. B. Men and women are treated equally in a court of law. C. Australians are free to follow a religion. Well, they all obviously come under different things. To follow a religion isn't freedom of speech, it's just a freedom of religion, I suppose. Men and women are treated equally in court. That would be just treated equally, kind of legal things.
Okay, it's malfunctioning.
In regards to kind of gender and discrimination and all of that. So I'm assuming it's going to be A, people can peacefully protest against a government action, which I'm almost certain I'm right on that one. Question 7. Which of these statements about government in Australia is correct? A. The government does not allow some religions. B. The government in Australia is secular. C. Religious laws are passed by Parliament. I assume it would be a very similar setup to Britain, and I would say the government in Australia is secular. Does secular mean that it's kind of like all religions and non-religions and stuff? That doesn't really kind of, like, it's just open to everything. I'm pretty sure that's what secular means. I don't think that they don't allow some religions, and I don't think religious laws are passed by Parliament, and I don't think either of them things are true for the UK either. So I'm going to go for B. Question 8. Which of these is an example of equality in Australia? A. Everyone follows the same religion. B. Men and women have equal rights. C. Everyone belongs to the same political party. Well, this is a very obvious one. I feel like this is kind of easy, you know, because I feel like a lot of the questions are just very broad and have kind of a Western approach to politics and equality and stuff. And it's obviously B. Men and women have equal rights. I'd be very shocked if in Australia you're made to follow the same religion and you're made to follow the same political party, because like it's just a dictatorship then, isn't it? Question 9. Which of these is a responsibility of Australian citizens aged 18 years or over? A. To attend local council meetings. B. To vote in federal and state or territory elections and in a referendum. C. To have a current Australian passport. I don't know actually. I don't think it would be to attend local council meetings. That's weird. Or a responsibility. It doesn't mean that it's kind of a rule and you have to do it. It's just a responsibility for 18 years and over. I'm gonna go for to vote in federal and state or territory elections and in a referendum. I don't think it's saying that you're forced to do it and you have to by law do it, but you're responsible to do that for your country and stuff and to get your voice heard, so that one makes sense. Question 10. Which of these statements about passports is correct? A. Australian citizens can apply for an Australian passport. B. Permanent residents can hold an Australian passport. C. Australian citizens need a passport and visa to return to Australia. For some reason I feel like it's all of them, but I'm thinking it's going to be A. Australian citizens can apply for an Australian passport. I'd be shocked if Australian citizens weren't allowed to apply for a passport, so we'll go for that one. Question number 11. Which of these statements about voting in Australian elections is correct? A. People are free and safe to vote for any candidate. B. Voting is by show of hands. C. People must write their name on their vote. Imagine if it was a vote by hand. Like, yes, I vote for you. Like an auction.
600,000 going once, going twice.
No, it's obviously going to be A. People are free and safe to vote for any candidate. Imagine if I'm saying that these are all obvious and I turned out to be completely wrong and Australia is a place I didn't think it was. That'd be like a culture shock, wouldn't it?
Claimed you died twice. You didn't.
Question number 12. What is the name of the legal document that sets out the basic rules for the government of Australia? Is it A. the Australian Federation, B. the Australian Commonwealth, C. the Australian Constitution? I'm assuming it's going to be like America, where they have the Constitution. I don't know whether like the UK has a Constitution. I don't know what ours is called. I don't think it's called the Constitution though. Or it might be. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's that one. And I'm going to go for that one. Question number 13. What is a referendum? A. A vote to change the government. B. A vote to change the Australian Constitution. C. A vote to change the Prime Minister. Well, it's to kind of change the rules. It's not to change a government or a Prime Minister, so it'll have to be the Constitution. Question 14. Which arm of the government has the power to interpret and apply laws? A. Legislative. B. Executive. C. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Judicial? Judicial. That's the word I'm thinking of. Judicial. You know what? I have no idea. I don't think it's legislative or executive. I'm assuming it's going to be judicial because that's like judges and court and stuff like that. I'm going to put that one, but I'm not 100% sold on it. Question 15. What of these is a role of the Governor-General? I don't know what a Governor-General is. A. The appointment of state premiers. B. Signing all bills passed by the Australian Parliament into law. C. The appointment of the head of state. I have a feeling it might be the appointment of the head of state. This is a complete guess. I really just don't know the answer to it. I don't know what the Governor-General actually does. Question 16. Which of these statements best demonstrates Australian values about freedom of expression? A. Everyone can peacefully express their opinions within the law. B. People with different views from me need to keep quiet. C. Only approved topics can be discussed. Again, it's a very obvious one. I don't think, and I really hope, Australia isn't a dictatorship, so I'm going to go for A. Question 17. Should people in Australia make an effort to learn English? A. People in Australia should speak whichever language is most commonly spoken in their local neighbourhood. B. There is no expectation to learn any particular language in Australia. C. Yes, English is the national language of Australia and it helps to get an education, a job and to integrate into the community. Couldn't get my words out. I'm going to say C because obviously English is the spoken language there, and I think if anyone moves to any country, they should really make the effort to try and learn the language so that you can actually get by on day-to-day life. Because I can imagine it'll be so hard if you speak a different language, living in a country that speaks that language, whatever language it is, and not being able to communicate with people. So I'm going to say C. Makes sense. Question 18. In Australia, can you encourage violence against a person or group of people if you have been insulted?
Shut your f***ing mouth. I've had enough of you, you beast. Beast? Yeah.
And the options are A, yes, if you do not intend to carry out the violence. B, no, it is against Australian values and the law. C, sometimes if I feel very offended. Well, obviously it's C. If you sometimes feel very offended, you can encourage violence against other people.
Do you understand that? Every time
I'm joking, of course, it's not the right answer. It's obviously going to be B. Question 19. Should people tolerate one another where they find that they disagree? A, it is against the law to disagree with one another. B, no. People only need to treat others with respect if they agree with one another. C, yes. Peacefully disagreement reflects Australian values in relation to mutual respect. I'm gonna go for, obviously, C, because that makes, again, the most sense. I feel like these questions are very obvious and very kind of basic. I don't feel like a lot of this has to actually do with Australia. I don't feel like I'm learning anything about Australia. I feel like I'm just learning, I don't know, very kind of basic rules on kind of how to treat people and stuff. But I assume if you come from a country that doesn't share those values, then you need to get across those values to other people. I don't know. It just doesn't seem very Australian centric. The UK one, it was very kind of British, but this one doesn't seem very Australian. And I think this is the final question, number 20. Which of the following is an example of contributing to the Australian community? A, volunteering or fundraising for a charity is a great opportunity to strengthen our community. B, I should not make any effort to get to know other people. C, people in Australia should not contribute to the community because Australia is a free country. Obviously, it's going to be A. Like, come on. How did I do? Oh my god! Oh, I passed! I got 90%. Which one did I get wrong? So I'm Australian now. I'm coming to join you. I'm going to pack my bags, get on a plane, and I'm going to move to Australia. Where shall I move? I don't know. I don't know Australia. Tell me in the comments, if you're Australian, where the nicest place in Australia is to move. Somewhere quite, well, I was going to say somewhere sunny, but like, it's always sunny in Australia, isn't it? But somewhere like nice and warm and just chilled. So let me know where the best place is. But I'm coming to join yous.
Run for your life.
So it says that you answered all of the Australian value questions correctly. Congratulations, you have passed the Australian Citizenship practice test. I answered the following questions incorrectly. Which ones? Are the colours of the Australian Aboriginal flag, they were actually black, red and yellow. Okay, I got that one wrong. And question 15, which of these is a role of the Governor-General? It's signing all bills passed by the Australian Parliament into law. Okay, I can live with that, that's fine. 90%, that's well good. Oh, I'm proper Australian. What's a really Australian thing? I don't know, I want to go see kangaroos and what else is, ooh, like a Barbie.
Oh, hi, Alan.
You always have Barbies, don't you? Like a barbecue. I want to have a barbecue, see some kangaroos, and really enjoy your sunshine. Because in the UK, recently, it has literally not stopped raining. It's been pissing down for days on end. It's not raining at the minute, but the clouds, they're ready to unleash again. And I don't understand how much rain the UK can take before we're literally underwater. We've had so much rain, I want some sunshine. Oh, and also I'm just thinking it'll be well hot in Australia now, because their summer is when our winter is, and our winter is when their summer is. They'll be like baking in the sun on the beach and enjoying them. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. So there we have it. I've finally found a country where I belong. Oh, the flights are really long to get to Australia, aren't they? I think it's about like 24 hours or something stupid. I would absolutely love to visit Australia and New Zealand at some time in my life, but I can't stand flying. And I don't think I could tolerate that journey. But I would really like to visit. In fact, I'm going to come live there anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm going to come live there because I'm a citizen now. But anyway, that just about does it for today's video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And let me know if you did better than me on that test or whether you did worse. I'll be shocked if anyone did worse because the answers were very, very basic. I always thought Australia was a really hard country to get into. But your citizenship test, piece of piss. And I'll see you next week for a brand new video. And I might, by the time the next video comes out, already be settled in Australia. I'll have a tan and everything. The thing is though, I feel like in Australia, they're really like body conscious and like, I don't know, looks are really important. I feel like everyone needs to look like a model in Australia, and that's not my kind of thing. In the UK, we just wander around like scruffs. And I feel like Australia, you need to make a bit more of an effort. And I don't like to make the effort. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. Because they all wander around without shoes on, don't they, and socks. They wander around barefoot. I kind of like that. Not because I'm into feet or anything, but shoes and socks are quite restricting, aren't they? I would like to wander around a supermarket in just bare feet, but what happens if you step on some glass? I don't know, maybe flip-flops. That might be the best option. I don't know, I'll figure it out when I get there. Well, I'm packing my bags now. Right, I'm taking this, and I'm taking that, and I'll see you in Australia.